Hello, Sophia!
Hi, hello po.
Alam kong marami kang kalaban mga pageant veterans right now, pero I must say, for me, nag-stand out ka talaga the most sa akin today. And to think I don't know anything about you yet.
Yes, thank you so much po. And I know that marami akong kalaban na veterans, but I will do my best to achieve our dreams of our father.
So for starters, can you introduce a little bit of yourself to us? Like share your name again, what your age, what do you do for a living, ganon.
Okay. Hello world, I am Sophia Santos, 19 stunner from Pampanga. I am currently studying in System Plus Computer College Foundation and taking up General Academics run.
Taga Pampanga ka. Lahat talaga ng mga taga Pampanga ang gaganda.
Thank you.
Yung sikreto, dahil ba yan sa sisig nyo?
Yes, Sisig is the best in Pampanga.
So you joined pala a previous pageant, Supermodel International.
Yes po, and I'm the first runner-up.
When was this?
December, I know, is last year, May?
May. Last year. Wow. Tapos, what made you decide to join MWP? Or choose MWP out of all the national pageants that we have right now?
I choose Miss World Philippines because of my father, because of our dreams, because before he passed away, his last message was that he wants to see me competing in Miss World. And I know that now is the best time for me to conquer the world.
Talagang Miss World, ha? So,
Na- I have a proof.
have you researched more about Miss World as you compete here this year?
Yes, the the challenges, the head-to-head challenge, swimsuit challenge, runway challenge, and sport challenge.
Anong favorite mong challenge i-excel?
Swimsuit challenge and runway challenge because I love pasarela.
Tingin ko nga mag-excel ka doon. Yun lang gusto ko lang sabihin sa'yo, stand out ka talaga.
Thank you so much po.
Keep it up. Ang lakas ng rehistro mo sa aming mga press kanina.
Thank you so much. Sana wag po kayo magsawa sa akin.
What's your Instagram account so a lot of my followers can follow you here on your Miss World journey?
My Instagram account, Sophia Bianca Santos 27.
Nice.
Also, you can follow me on TikTok, Palengke Queen.
Eh, bakit palengke queen nga pala? Ba't mahilig ka mamalengke? Nag-live selling ka ba?
No, I used to help my mother to sell dressed chicken early in the morning po.
Hanggang ngayon?
Yes.
Oh, bait mo. Ilan kayo magkakapatid?
For,
You're the eldest?
no, the second one.
Oh, so ngayon wala ka sa palengke.
Wala po.
So, ang bait mo naman, tumutulong ka. So, yung income na nakukuha mo dito, let's say sa modeling gigs mo, sa sa pageant career mo, pinantutulong mo sa pamilya.
Oh, yes. So my tuition, also to my siblings.
Sige. Alright, I won't keep you any longer. Ang dami nagpapapicture sa'yo. Ang daming humahanga sa beauty mo. Good luck, ha?
Thank you so much po.
Sana mo sustain mo yung momentum until the end.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Rain! How are you?
I am doing good, overwhelmed, and excited.
Uh, mukhang kinabahan ka kanina, no?
Yes, because it's actually my very first pageant, and it's national. So, syempre, the feeling was getting over me that I'm trying out something different and something new to me.
Is this your first national pageant?
Yes, my very first pageant, actually.
So, in Africa, napaka-interesting ng name mo. I want to get to know you more. Bakit it's such a unique name? Pinangalan ka sa ulan?
Kasi I have two siblings, and actually our names are elements. So there's ash, air, and rain. So that's why I got the name Rain.
So, yung dalawa, Ash and...
So those are like elements.
So, siguro yung mama mahilig sa sayang.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then Africa, because...
Africa, I'm actually not sure. Pero kasi on my mom's side, ayun yung last name na ano. That's actually our last name, Africa.
Do you come from a multicultural background?
I guess with Chinese and Spanish because of my dad's side. My grandfather is Chinese and my grandmother is Spanish.
All right. So you're 25 now. So I
21.
oh, 21. All right. So I assume you just finished
I'm actually still studying. I'm currently third year in De La Salle University.
picking up.
Political science.
Ooh, political science. Why?
Ever since I was a child, I've already been exposed because of my family members who are currently politicians. So from there, I've been exposed with community service, helping out, and I guess naging passion ko na din siya growing up. So tinuloy ko na lang din siya.
Where do you hail from?
Sorry?
Where do you hail from? Which?
Marikina.
All right. So you come from a family of politicians.
My uncle is a counselor in Marikina City and my aunt is a counselor in Caloocan City.
How do you see your involvement here in Miss World Philippines in relation to what your family does?
I guess with Miss World, it'll help me with my advocacy of trying to engage the youth with being themselves, showcasing themselves, and especially with political issues that they should be aware of, because we know that they are the future of our country. They're our future leaders. So it's better that early on they are exposed to what we are currently experiencing.
Curious ako, when you guys eat dinner or have a family get together, do you talk about current events? Do you talk current events on the table?
Yes,
Talaga?
yes we do. Pero hindi naman talaga siya kunwari, within the barangay or within the council, within the city. Minsan, as of right now, like the Mayor Alice Go, the Senate hearing, nagiging topic din namin siya sa dinner.
Oh, alam mo yung gusto kong tanungin ka, what are your thoughts about the issue? Pero, I've always been told na, beauty queens are supposed to stay neutral when it comes to, sharing their thoughts about controversial topics. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it when beauty queens are supposed to play, to be neutral and play on the safe side when it comes to voicing out their opinion? Do you agree with that or not?
I guess to a certain extent, because as a beauty queen, we have our own advocacies, so we have our own beliefs and opinions regarding the matter. But with what you've said, I guess it's better for them to stay on the safe side. I guess para hindi na lang din sila maanuhan ng media, because sometimes what we say mas na-interpret siya differently or something. So it's better na lang din na maging neutral.
So given with what your family does, and now that you're here in MUP, how do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, wow. I guess I would have already graduated, and I'm still choosing between being a politician and continuing law. So as of right now, I'm still deciding between the two. So I haven't really made a decision between that.
Maybe take up law first and then
And continue
run for
being a politician. Yes. I
para may
guess
dagdag.
more, yes, with making resolutions, making programs or projects for the community. I guess it will help if I continue with law.
Nice. So, wow, what a promising career that you have. Sana ma-fulfill mo lahat ng mga goals mo in life. You're only 21 and the world is your oyster.
Madami pa akong madadaanan, madami pa akong mabibigyan ng opportunities, and I'm just gonna take it.
All right. It has been such a great time knowing you. Good luck on your upcoming journey.
Thank you.
Ang pretty mo.
Thank you so much po.
Ingat ka and God bless you.
God bless you as well, and ingat.
Bye!
Bye!
Good day, everyone. I am Angel Policarpio Gutierrez. You can call me Ace. I am 22 years old and I'm from the province of Tarlac. I am a psychology student at Tarlac State University, and I can say that I am an adventurous person. I love going to the beach, I love hiking and trekking, and I just love exploring new things. And one of the significant things that I am doing to go out of my comfort zone is to try my luck here in Miss World Philippines.
Ace, how did you prepare for this afternoon?
Months prior into coming into this final screening, I have really been preparing, especially in my passerella, but most of all in fostering solid equanimity, because I believe that pageantry is not just about the glitz and glamour, but it's really about knowing how to stand in front of so many people, knowing how to be an effective spokesperson, and of course, being inclined with who you are and to exude it to the public.
Hi, Joe. Can you please tell me a little bit more about the distinct moment when you decided to come here and compete here in this world?
Thank you. Actually, a few months back, I just joined a provincial pageant, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the top crown. And that really made me sad because I prepared for it for months. However, I believe that rejection is a redirection, which is why I am here today, and I want to emulate to everyone that there is nothing wrong in trying again, and it is by trying that you can unleash the limitless possibilities of the world.
Thank you.
Angel, picture. Si Sir Noli ba yun? Oo, si Sir Noli. Isang man lang.
Picture here to your left.
Isang here to the yato na. Me.
Here, Angel. Me here. Para wala yung mic. Here.
On the other side.
On the other side. Para wala yung mic. Yeah, para wala yung mic. Here.
All right. Thank you, applicant number 2, Angel. If there are any other questions from the judges, this is your last call.
What makes you a beauty with a purpose?
What makes me beautiful with a purpose are my transcendental qualities, which are I am authentic. I believe that being a beauty queen is about embracing your authenticity, being strong with who you are, your core values and your principles. Second is I am very cause-driven. I am pertinacious in doing proactive steps in fortifying my advocacy, which is the Gabrielle movement. And I really believe that with Miss World Philippines, I can further strengthen it more. And lastly, I am compassionate because I believe that it is through my compassion that I am able to exude empathy, understanding, and acceptance with everyone. And with this, I know that I can link or connect with others as well. Thank you.
You mentioned your project. Can you tell us more about what you're doing with the community?
I am a firm believer that an advocacy is not just a mere credential that is static, but rather it should be moving. Ever since I started my Binibini Concepcion reign, I have been actively and continuously looking for proactive steps to further fortify it. And my movement or my advocacy is called the Cementing Action through Bayanihan Achievable by Limitless Education for Our Nation. Before delving deep in my advocacy, Kabalan is a Kapampangan word which means kababayan in Tagalog. It is widely used in my province, Tarlac. And Kabalan is advocacy that is anchored on the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is quality education. I am a staunch advocate for education because I believe that education is an equalizer and it is the most powerful weapon that we can use to change the trajectory of our lives for the better. And Kabalan, it encompasses mental health awareness. I myself am a psychology student and I have experienced hurdles in terms of dealing with my mental health, which is why I'm very passionate in talking about it. And Second, it encompasses environmental awareness because as we all know, the world is experiencing environmental changes and now is the high time for us to make steps that we can use to protect it. And third is PWD, interventions for the PWD and marginalized elderly citizens. I am focusing more on the persons with acquired disabilities because way back in my, currently in my bachelor's degree, we have conducted a research study that focuses on the lived experiences of the PWD, those who have went through transition in their lives. I believe that that matter is often overlooked in our society, and now is the high time for us to amplify their stories. And I believe that with my Kapalan project, it is really a one big step in empowering the youth, empowering people of all genders, and women like me, and ensuring that no one is left behind and forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you again. Applicant number 2, Angel.
The South, City of General Trias, Province of Cavite. I am an incoming 4th year BS Pharmacy student, an incoming pharmacy intern at De La Salle Medical and Health Sciences Institute, Dr. Mariano Kai College of Pharmacy. I am an only child of my parents, and in school, I've always been an active student leader. In pageantry, I am the recently crowned Binibining General Trias 2024. And as someone who pursues a career in the health allied field, I champion the cause of accessible healthcare for all. Accessibility that comes with accountability, affordability, and quality. For I believe that health is a basic right and it is not a privilege. And I have seen firsthand, and I have learned firsthand the need to improve and to strengthen our healthcare system to be able to reach those in the poor and marginalized sectors. That regardless of our economic status or geographic location, every Filipino deserves to receive the highest quality of care. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Regina.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You have a nickname?
You can call me Reg.
Reg. It's like Regina Velasquez. Can you sing?
In karaoke only.
We might ask for a sample later. How tall are you?
I think I'm 5'4".
Okay. I think your BLAB is so interesting. Can you tell us how exactly, for example, as a normal Filipino citizen, how can I contribute to your BLAB?
As a BS pharmacy student, you know, pharmacists are one of the most accessible healthcare providers that we have. And pharmacists are the ones who can give the most accessible medication information. And it hurts me the most to see people without the financial ability to provide for their medical needs. It hurts me to see that some people cannot provide for their medications, to sustain their medications, their maintenance medications, and to just see people dying without us noticing. And with this, I want to use my platform as a pharmacy student and an incoming intern to really educate and amplify the need to prioritize our healthcare system, because it is really important to educate the people on the importance of medication adherence, and in return, it is really important that us, and especially the national and local government, to provide and be accountable in providing accessible healthcare. Again, accessibility that comes with affordability, because not all people can afford some of our healthcare services, and I think that the national government and the local government should be accountable in providing this. For this is again a basic human right, and we all deserve to live a healthy and productive life. Thank you.
Where should you think of being pharma spending so much for junkets for doctors, plus pushing out the prices for drugs here in the Philippines?
When it comes to the prices of medication, I would like to amplify that here in our country we have the Generics Act. And as a pharmacist or as a pharmacy student right now, I can advocate that generics and branded drugs are just the same, and they differ when it comes to price, but they only contain the exact active ingredient that contributes or that helps us to get through with our disease. And that is something that we can promote because generic drugs are way cheaper than those branded drugs. And by this, as a general public, I think I can educate them to patronize our generic drugs. And by this simple means, even though I am still a student, I know that I can partake in amplifying this advocacy and in strengthening our national health system.
Personally, I think there's a bias against generic drugs.
Yes,
So how can we change that mindset?
I think that I can use my platform, for example, social media, to advocate the difference between generic and branded drugs, and by more focusing on the advantages of generic drugs, because it is relatively cheaper, but it contains the same active ingredient for us to be able to cope up with whatever illness or disease that we are experiencing. And I think also the national government can support these manufacturers of generic medicines to procure more generic medicines, because that is the one that is more that is one of the most affordable when it comes to the general public. Good afternoon.
What is your favorite aspect studying pharmacy?
Actually, BS Pharmacy is a really hard and challenging course, and I don't know why no one is talking more about it, probably because there are not much of pharmacy students here in our country. That is why I myself also have used my platform, particularly TikTok, to show what really pharmacy students do. And even though it is the reality that this course is really hard and very underrated, I want to show people that pharmacists are not just taga-benta ng gamot or bantay sa butika. We have so much to offer, and this is not just a stepping stone for those who want to enter medicine school. And by that, I actually saw an increase or a rise in the number of pharmacy enrollees in my own college. And with that simple act of kindness, when someone approaches me that, Ate, you inspired me to take pharma, you inspired me to study here in your school, it's really a big fulfillment for me, and what more if I can utilize my platform for a bigger population.
Thank you. Very good answer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Regina, for your insights on the pharmaceutical industry.
Not just long ago, this month, I was appointed as the Vice President for the Psoriasis Philippines. And that, fun fact about myself is that I can eat a whole box of pizza by myself. My Beauty with a Purpose project is called I Am Me, wherein we will be conducting in partnership with the Psoriasis Philippines fundraising campaigns and activities to support kids who have severe psoriasis and cannot afford their medical expenses. I myself know that, considering that I have experienced that for the past 8 years. And with the privilege that I have the medications now to ease it, but I am aware that it's a privilege not available for everyone, and that is what I'm trying to do, to help those little kids have a future and that they can still love themselves.
Hello.
Hi, sorry.
It's interesting that you share about your psoriasis. My mother, who's a former Miss World Philippines, actually also has psoriasis. And she currently lives in the States. She works in medical technology. And one of the reasons as to why she can't move back to the Philippines is because of how expensive psoriasis treatments here are here, versus how her work covers her health insurance, which covers her psoriasis in the States. So how, as Vice President of your organization, how do you plan to speak up about other psoriasis victims, or people who have this autoimmune condition, and how they can also afford treatments, or how they can be made more affordable?
Well, as of now, with my fundraising activities, I can only cover those kids who will be the beneficiaries of my whatever we will come up with. But hopefully in the future we will be able, I myself will be able, in partnership with the Psoriasis Philippines, will be able to work with the government. In fact, right now there is a psoriasis bill that is in Congress where I think the medicines will be provided by the government, and I hope one day it will be a law so that we can be able to provide those people who have psoriasis the medicines and the care that they deserve.
Can I ask, for the children who are beneficiaries, how are they vetted or selected?
I actually asked the help from the organization itself. I don't know how they were able to handpick those children, but they were the ones who picked them. I actually watched the YouTube.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for you to hear in person. I would like to ask if you have some pageant experience. So, what is your biggest motivation to join the school?
Well, first and foremost, most people would see motivations from other people. On my end, my biggest motivation is my past self. The one who has been bedridden during pandemic, who lost its faith in life itself, who just gave up on everything. That is my motivation, that girl deserves better, and that is why I am doing better, to be better at it. Because I know that if I will be able to do that for myself, how much more will others, if they see that I have succeeded. Maybe then I will give an inspiration, even just one person, to change their lives for the betterment. But if I did, maybe then they can do it so.
All right, thank you, Ms. Patricia, for sharing your story with us. Do you mind having some pictures with our media? If there are no questions from the judges. Oh, sorry, there's one more question. Sorry, Miss Lance, I'm so sorry. So, Miss Lance, again, thank you for sharing your story. Do you mind taking some pictures for the media? Beautiful. Miss Lance Marie Escalante, everyone.
I'm now 22 years old from the land of smiling beauty, Cagayan Valley. I came from a family of farmers. The reason why I developed a profound love for nature at a young age. But at the age of 6, I suffered dengue stage 3 and lung infection that almost took my life right after my father received a prognosis that he doesn't have much time to live. But we both defied the odds and both survived. And now I'm here, conquering the stage and achieving my lifelong dream of becoming a beauty queen. I never let what I've been through define nor limit me. And I always strive to do better, to be happy. And even as a kid and now, most especially as a young woman. Thank you.
Jila, what ailed your father?
Siguro meron. Sa Italia.
Hi, Jamila. Can you tell us more about your Beauty with a Purpose project?
My lola died last 2021 because of an unfortunate incident. And I want to give the care that I wasn't able to give to him, to the elderly. That's why I want to advocate for elderly care, because I believe that the elders should not be forgotten or neglected, because they're the ones who paved the way for us.
Any other questions from the judges? None? All right. Applicant number 8, Jamila, thank you again. If you can please stay on the left side for
Hello everyone, I'm Clyde of Lorguan. Rather we call this Clyde. I'm 24 years old and I proudly represent my beautiful city of General Trias, Cavite. I am a foreign service major in diplomacy graduate with a teaching class proficiency certificate. And way back college, I used to be a working student, athlete, a basketball player, and also beauty queen. And the reason why I'm here because this is actually my dream ever since I was 13 years old. I've been wishing to all my birthday cakes to be a Miss World. And I love writing, I love reading, I love playing guitar, painting. I sell my paintings in order to fund my pageant cause and all sorts of stuff. And actually, it was my advocacy is called One with the Mission. It was actually just started in 2022. Me and my mom actually just want to feed 150 meals to people around Cavite and also feeding stray animals. We have traveled around Cavite to feed 70 stray animals, cats and dogs. And that was one of the most fulfilling event in my life. Thank you so much.
Hey, how are you?
I'm quite nervous, but I'd like to think that I'm just excited too.
Yeah, what inspired you creating content TikTok?
I actually suffered from skin allergies and skin issues for 10 years. It was hard. It really disrupted my self-confidence. But through exposing my allergies, my scar all over here, I've gathered so many brands. And that is the reason why I'm doing contents, to inspire people, to also promote brands, and actually to support my needs as well as an individual who has a lot of needs to. Thank you so much.
Yes, hello Miss Clyde, here on this side.
Hello sir, sorry.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Alright, so my question for you is, when we think about beauty queens, right, especially what it takes to be Miss World Philippines, so other than the beauty, what do you think is the most important thing to have to be a successful title holder?
To be a successful title holder, you don't need to have all the complete package of all those physical attributes. What you need is the beauty from within, and that is the beauty of your soul, the clarity of your personality, and the ability to not just only dream, but to actually make other people's dream become true.
Hello, Clyde. You're very beautiful, and I love your name. Based on what you just said earlier, I could tell that you're a very well-rounded woman. You're already talented, you play the guitar, you're a basketball player. I feel like you have all the bases covered for Miss World. So if you do win Miss World Philippines and you get to represent us, how do you plan to stand out in a sea of beauty when you go to Miss World?
Well, I'm the type of person who also have a lot of attributes that are not quite known for women. I am also a big boxer, skater, and I would like to also advise bisexuals. So in Miss World, when I'm given a chance, I will promote those kinds of platforms that will encourage many people to believe that a beauty queen has a lot to offer more than themselves. They actually promote inclusivity, equality, and I think that's one of the best qualities that I have. That I have a lot of stories to tell. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Other than the beautiful beaches and delicious food here in the Philippines, how else will you promote the Philippines to the world through TikTok?
Well, aside from our beautiful landscapes, our history, our vibrant architecture and culture, I think I would promote also the attitude of our country. We Filipinos, we value the most our family, our attitude towards
different countries, we are so hospitable, we are kind, and we love helping each other. And I think that if we share our culture and our story to other countries, we will also inform them and let them know the power of the love for our family, the people, and being sensitive and being hospitable.
Hello. Hi. What's your painting style and what inspires you to create art?
Well, what inspires me to create art is just my feelings. I always create art not only to like impress and to actually make an artwork, but to actually express. And what inspires me is that when you're making an art, you don't need to be judgmental of yourself. You just have to be free. You just have to put your emotions and your what comes out of your mind. And I think that is the reason why every one of us is an artist. Thank you.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Your first name is so hard to pronounce.
You can call me Clyde.
So where did you get that name? Did you ask your parents? And what is your blood mix?
I'm sorry, sir?
How did you ask? Did your parents ask? You ask your parents how they come up with your name and what is your blood mix?
It was frequently asked to me from many strangers and people. And actually, my dad loves reading Greek mythology books. And it was from the story of Agamemnon. Clytemnestra is wife of Agamemnon. But to make my name even more unique, my dad discarded the letter N. The original character is Clytemnestra. So he made my name Clytemnestra to make it even more unique.
So what's your blood mix? I mean, your father is a foreign or?
My father is just right there. He's an Ilocano. And my mom is half Spanish. My daddy is an Ilocano. And my mommy is Filipino, half Spanish. But she is tan. She looks like Italian. My dad is just like Ilocano. Yes.
All right, Miss Clytemnestra, do we have any other questions for her?
Sample of your beatbox. Sample of your beatbox.
Through this platform and of influencing people and helping the world.
Okay, last but not least from me, I want to know how can you explain your Beauty with a Purpose project in the most concrete way possible? Pretend I'm like a 3-year-old or I'm Ronnie.
So my whole Philippines campaign basically is to give. I've always met people, the homeless people, and every time I talk to them, it's usually not even food that they ask for or shelter. It's usually someone to talk to. So I feel like something that I can give that's not necessarily material or food, it's my time. It's my time to spend with them. So I feel like that's mainly the focus of my Hope for the Homeless campaign, is to be there for them. Because they're usually alone, battling the streets all on their own. It's not easy. And I want to be there. I want to let them know that they can talk to someone. And that would
Hello, Jewel. I'm curious, do you speak Bisaya?
Yes. Ayo.
Oh, okay. Very fluent in Bisaya.
Yes, very.
You're very smart. You're very smart, you're very charming. And thank you for joining us here. I'm also wondering, did you ever consider joining a professional pageant or even Miss Super Philippines before joining Miss World Philippines?
Yes, I did a bunch of times, but I'm actually based here in Manila now. When I was working in government, I was here and finishing my work exams. So I never really left Manila. It became my second home. And going to visit was like, education and time with my family. And there was my opportunity for me to join this Super Philippines. This is really for me. This is my first national pageant. So that's why I said this summer.
Thank you. I have another question. What's your take on candidates who would like to represent their hometowns even if they don't speak the dialect?
For me, I'm not biased with it because if you're representing something that's supposed to be your hometown, you're supposed to be in the world. It's something that you should be very familiar. If not very familiar, you should really know. Like it should be part of your roots. So I'm not very comfortable with representing something that I did not come from. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Joel.
All right. Any more questions from the judges?
Yeah. I'll just ask a question. So this is not related necessarily to the conversation we just had, but nowadays we expect beauty queens to be very relatable, and it's hard to really to cater to everyone when everyone is so different. So
Thank you so much. So how do you make sure that you are being relatable while at the same time staying true to yourself, being authentic?
Thank you for that question. I love that question. I would say I'm a Bisaya, a very Bisaya. Besides that, I was raised by a single mother. That alone, I know I can relate to a lot of people. And I'm also a medical technologist, and I worked for the charity before. So I was a volunteer as a frontliner at some point in my life during COVID. And that really made me connect with people more. And back in high school, I've joined programs of immersing myself in different brands university. So I know for a fact that when I'm not all wrapped up, I'm a normal person. And I know for a fact that they can relate to me, they can approach me easily.
All right, Ms. Jewel, thank you again for sharing your life story. Media, it's now your time to take some pictures.
I am Sophia Santos, 19 stunner from Lubao, Pampanga. I am currently studying at System Plus Computer College Foundation, taking up general academic strength. And one interesting about myself, people call me Paleki Queen. Just by being here, I want to share my advocacy, experiences in life, and meaningful stories to the rest of the world. So what's your story? What's one story that you would want to share to the world so that we could know a little bit more about you? Through my story, I experienced the sad realities of life. My parents separated when I was 10 years old, and my mother took the custody raising us, and I already started working in the public market, and I used to help them with our finances. And my dad passed away last 2020. That's why I'm here, because I want to fulfill our dream to achieve this Miss World, because his last message was that he wants to see me competing here in Miss World. And I believe that now is the best time for me to conquer the world. I'm sure he's very proud of you. Congratulations for being here. Thank you.
All right, maybe we can have one more question. from our judges. For Miss Sophia.
Can you hear me right? Okay, I wanted to ask you, what is the meaning of your Beauty with a Purpose project, and can you give us a short description?
My Beauty with a Purpose, entitled So Hard. It came from my name, Sophia, and which aims to support and empower the indigenous people. And just by being here, I know I will be able to be the voice of the indigenous people, not only here in our country, but also all over the world.
How would you empower the voices of indigenous people?
Basically, transcends donating foods and medicines, but also educational materials. Because when I had the opportunity to immerse the culture of the indigenous people, when we had community service for them, then we will donating foods, medicines, and educational materials like pens, pencils, and other supplies. And I believe that that's a small act, but for me, it's a big.
All right. If there are no other questions, thank you for being here, Miss Sophia. Media, you're free to take photos.
One more.
And may I commend
Almost 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Good evening. Thank you. Hello, my name is Gabrielle. I am 19 years old. I'm a student in De La Salle University, taking up my BS in biochemistry to hopefully become a doctor, being an OB-GYN.
Yes!
Ambitious, I know, doing pageantry and wanting to become a doctor, but you know, a girl can dream it all.
All right, one question from
Here, Michelle.
Miss Michelle.
Oh, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. It might have been like, maybe like a week ago. It's been quite some time.
So I remember talking to you at the Miss Manila screening.
Yes.
To make sense, you were busy with school. So
Yeah.
what made you take the leap back into the pageantry world as you're so, you're going to be passing down your title fairly soon. But
Yes.
I thought you were going to focus on school. What made you come into this world?
I am focusing on school. I'm actually double tasking and have been double tasking with holding a title as well. But me being an ambitious person, I thought maybe since I'm holding a title as well that I want to kind of continue a flow to, represent the competition I once did and represent Manila on a national. And this is my first national, so I wanted to take the leap.
Well, I'm super happy that you're here. You're blooming, and I think you're perfect for this organization. But congratulations for standing up here today.
Thank you.
In the national pageant scene.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, we have one question from Maria.
Hi, Gabby.
Hello.
Very long time to see.
Yeah. For us, it's actually been like a couple months now.
Actually
been a couple months.
I remember the last time when we were headed home back to Metro Manila, we were talking about juggling your responsibilities as a beauty queen. Now it's up, right?
Yeah.
It was literally three of us.
The three of us in the van.
So how do you juggle your responsibilities as a beauty queen and as a biochemistry student? Because this is also one of the most difficult courses to pass.
I went through a lot of trial and error trying to find a balance on how to handle both a personal life, a educational life, and also pursuing a creative career. And what I found to be the most useful is to actually physically plan things down, to set dates and communicate well to people so that things don't overlap and I'm able to fit within everything. And not just that, but also to get a really, really good night's sleep, even though it can be hard. Try to tire myself out mentally so I can pass out in bed, so I can be ready to go for the next day and the next event and whatever the future holds in store for me.
Thank you. I noticed it doesn't say anything for your Beauty with a Purpose project. I think it's a perfect opportunity for you to explain to us what it is.
Oh yeah.
And how you can compel us to support.
All right. So in my advocacy is aligned to my manifesting career being a doctor. As I mentioned, I really wanted to become an OB-GYN. And with that, it's also something that I'm really, really passionate about is women's health. For women to get access to health, to abolish period poverty. Because as a woman myself, this might be something that I may struggle with is getting access to proper health care, having the supplies, also the support, and not just that, but for everyone to be educated about women's health. Because if people are not educated about women's health, women are the individuals who create people. So if we're not educated about our human creators, then we won't really necessarily have a good society in that type of sense. So that's why I'm so passionate about being an OB-GYN, because I really want to make the livelihood of other people and women a lot better.
Thank you. Well said.
Question.
Gabrielle, can you explain more about period poverty?
So yes, so period poverty is the lack of accessibility to resources, to healthcare, and also education. So period poverty is, especially here in the Philippines, a very not talked about topic compared to other forms of poverty. But that's also because of the lack of education about health, unless you're being like, a future med student. The general topic of health isn't so profoundly talked about here in the Philippines, and especially regarding women's health, some topics are a taboo. And for me personally, I feel like education should not be a taboo, but rather every single aspect of education should be accessible, no matter the topic and such like that. Thank you so much.
All right, I feel like we have one more question from Gwen. Yes.
You're so young and you seem so I feel like you already have your path going for you.
Oh, thank you.
Have there been any obstacles in your life that really stopped you from achieving what you want?
In terms of obstacles, I would say it's more of a mental obstacle for me, because I'm 19 years old, and I'm also living here in the Philippines primarily by myself. So I'm half American, half Filipino, and both of my parents reside in the US. So upon embarking through college, learning myself as a young woman and going through pageantry and all the difficulties that life throws at me, the biggest thing that's holding me back is the mentality. But to combat that, I've grown to love pageantry, the opportunities it's given me, the fact that I'm building a future career for myself quite independently as well, with along and acknowledgement of my wonderful team that's been supporting me. And even though I don't have the direct support of my parents being here in the Philippines with me, they are still there with me despite the time difference and such. And I have such a lovely friend group also who are like online on live streams, and they're like texting, they're like, "You got this, Gabby!" And I take that really to heart, that when they tell me, "You got this, you get this," I feed off of that energy, and it just becomes so lively afterwards that I feel like I can tackle on the world.
I love that you're living independently, and like me, my parents also live, abroad. But why did you choose to live independently in the Philippines, far away from your family?
So I primarily came to the Philippines for my education. So as you know, education in the US is quite expensive. And having an education in the US is something that is a financial strain that I don't want to place upon my parents. That I don't want to go out of college having all of this financial debt just because I wanted to pursue my passion, my career, the thing I really wanted to be. I didn't want to have that financial strain upon me and my parents. So I came to the Philippines because on my end of the family, the education here is more accessible. So even though I was 14 when I made that decision to come to the Philippines to study, I was really thinking ahead for my own future and my parents, because I don't want them to be paying off my debt when they're 60 or 70 or 80 years old. So thank you.
All right, Gabrielle.
Yes, hello.
I'm knowing you for OPM before. My question is, what prompted you to join a national pageant like Miss World Philippines, kahit na you're still the reigning title holder of a major city castle?
like I said, I'm a very ambitious person, and the step up from a city pageant or even a well-known city pageant would be in a national pageant, and hopefully an international pageant, manifesting, you know? So, so that's the main reason why I wanted to come here on a national pageant, is to really go through the whole process of pageantry, because pageantry doesn't stop just in your city, but you want to impact your nation as well as globally, and I would love to do that.
So, what kumain naman sila? If you talking with them, they're organizing the city pageant.
Oh yes, I would be representing Manila in the city pageant. So I did talk to them prior, and they are all for it. They're like, "You got this, Gabby. You know, you're the first queen for Manila since the pandemic." So they're fully supporting me full head on. In fact, we had a photo shoot yesterday, and then the staff so lovingly said, "Hey girls, wish her luck tomorrow." And I absolutely was blushing inside that the org that I've been with for the past year are like fully supporting me on my journey for Miss World.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Gabby, do you speak Tagalog?
Konti po. I'm bilingually, like I am audible bilingual. So, I mean, I can understand when people are talking and giving me instructions and stuff like that. But, you know, in LaSalle, a lot of people are Konyo, where we do a lot of Taglish. So I've been learning off of my classmates, so I kind of adopted like their Konyo language and stuff. So although I'm not completely fluent, I am in the learning process. Yeah, I can primarily speak a little, but I am more eloquent in English, but if needed, I would try my best to do Taglish.
Thank you so much.
Alright. Let's give her a moment. Again, this is Gabrielle, Miss Gabrielle.
The media cameras are just
A little beauty in this house, but she still looks gorgeous. Do we have one more question? I saw someone's hand raised, no?
No more.
Alright, okay.
Easy.
Alright, we're good. Miss Gabrielle, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Clyde from Raina Africa. I am 21 years old and I am from Marikina City.
Can you tell us more about yourself? Like, what do you do? What is your occupation?
I study in the South University. I am a third-year student taking up Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. And I am currently the SK chairperson of Barangay IBC in Marikina City. Yes, but I'm still choosing between a politician or a lawyer. I am surrounded by my uncles and aunts who are also politicians.
Is this your first pageant ever?
Yes.
Ooh, and why did you decide to join Miss World Philippines?
I decided to join Miss World Philippines because I saw the principle of Giving the Purpose, and I chose this platform to further engage the youth with participating and showcasing themselves with pageants and being able to also share their advocacy.
Alright, Eliza, thank you for that. If there are any other questions from the media, maybe? None?
Adam.
Alright, Eliza, thank you. Oh, there's one more from the street.
What are your thoughts about beauty queens and people in the entertainment industry turned into politicians after their respective journeys? What are your thoughts about beauty queens and actors, actresses turned into politicians?
I believe that being a beauty queen was a start from their journey, and being able to continue what their advocacy is through being a politician. Like what I said, continuing their advocacy in order to not stop what they believe in and be able to help our
Hi, Rain. Can you tell us who is a politician that you look up to and why?
I would say that I look up to my aunt, Raina Africa, a counselor in Caloocan City. And I look up to her because she was one of the first people who encouraged me and helped me see that being a public servant is something that I wanted to pursue. That it's not just something that I could be more with being a public servant.
But what does she do that as a public servant that makes you look up to her?
She doesn't use the position to just help people, which made people love her, because not only being in the position helps her make projects and programs for the people, and besides that, being just a normal citizen, she also looks for projects and programs that from her that she can do for the people.
What's a favorite project that she's done that you really in particular like?
I would say feeding programs. It may sound simple, but feeding programs give a big impact to the people, especially those unfortunate ones that may not have the
resources.
Thank you,
Ikaw ng contest.
Thank you.
Ikaw ng contest.
All right, if there are no other